Hi. I'm on here. Dad's on some other appointments. And if I look rough, it's probably because it's been a rough couple of nights. We pulled a few all-nighters with our babies. But there's still blessings in those all-nighters. You moms know what I'm talking about. Sometimes we don't feel like that. But it first started with Zeke and his asthma. He was up the first night, all night, and we were doing treatments. And then last night, it was both of them. I feel like we can't really catch a break this season with the sickness. They both had really high fevers. And it was like, you know, you're up all night taking care of them. And so my husband came home early and helped me a little bit, and then my dad helped a little bit, but I was running out of some Tylenol and Motrin, so I was just gonna go to Walmart and get some things. But I ended up going to the park first because I always know that to be the best mom, I have to take care of myself. So I was like, I'm just gonna go to the park. I have my Bible with me, and I was just gonna go do some reading and just some praying. And the park's really close to my house, so it took me no time to get there, and then I figured I'd go get the things and come back home, so that my cup was full, running on no sleep, so I could, you know, take care of my babies. And I was doing that, and at the park, you know, when you feel like you look rough, and you don't want to run into people that you know, and you're like, Lord, please don't let me run into somebody today, and you're just kind of doing one of these things when you go into the store. That was me today. But as I was pulling off in the park, I was just feeling refreshed because there's just power in the Word, and that's where, you know, I get my energy from when I'm running on nothing. So I noticed a woman, though, sitting at a bench, and she looked like she was just having one of my moments where she just didn't want to be bothered, and so I was like, I'm not going to go bother this lady, but I just felt like I just wanted to go over and let her know, like, you're not alone. Like, I just wanted her to know that I understand it's been a rough day. And so I go to, somebody's trying to call, but I just ended up going back, and I went and talked with her, and I had asked her if she was having the kind of day that I was. And I said, you know, I've been having a rough day. I didn't even want to talk to anybody either, but I kind of noticed that you looked like you had been crying today. And I was like, again, I get that. And she's like, well, it's not just been a day. And I had already asked if I could share her story. And so as I was talking with her little girl, she's 3 and she has cancer. And it just broke my heart because this mom, you could just tell she loved her children more than anything in the world, that she would do anything. And we, as parents, would do that. We sacrifice our own life, you know, our own wants and desires we would put aside for our babies. And she was one of those moms, and you could just tell that she just had such love, but she was hurting. And so she just started to share her story with me a little bit more, and her daughter's going through intensive treatments. And I know that some of you can relate to that personally, on a personal level, and I'm so sorry if you've had to walk through that journey. But I also know some of you have shared your story here, and you're a mom to those little ones who have had that same struggle and have had healing. And as I was talking with her, I shared one of my favorite scriptures with her, and I always have it down, but it's Isaiah 41:10. It's something that I held with Zeke through everything he went through, and it didn't even compare to her story. It just broke my heart, but it's, so do not fear, for I am with you. Do not be dismayed, for I am your God. I will strengthen you and help you. I will uphold you with my righteous right hand. And as I'm sitting there talking to this mom, I'm like, man, I was having such a rough day. I wasn't even going to go talk to this lady who's clearly walking through more than just a day. I couldn't even imagine the pain and turmoil that comes in that. I mean, I saw my mom struggle with cancer, and so it kind of brings me back to those moments. But to have your child, I couldn't imagine one of my little boys struggling like that. So I did tell her, she's a single mom, and she's just struggling. She had to go down from her full-time job to part-time because those of you who know, when you have cancer, it's intensive treatments, it's doctor's appointment after doctor's appointment. You're in and out all the time, and so she had to cut her hours at work, and she's alone. She's doing this on her own. So I did tell her that, you know, there is a channel here, and I want to encourage you guys to please leave a scripture down below to encourage this young mom, to just kind of get her through her days, because we've all walked through a battle or a storm, but I told her this channel family was one of the most loving families. And my dad and I have talked about, like, when we bless people through this channel, we always refer them to this channel because that's what it's about. You know, we want them to know that there's a community here who loves you. And it's amazing to see it because we're strangers. Some of us don't even know each other, but we're brothers and sisters through Christ, and that's what matters. And you can feel the love on this channel. And I want her to know there's a place where she can go and read encouraging scriptures. So please, please today, take the few minutes to just leave down below your scripture that would just uplift this mom. And honestly, anybody else struggling, it's just a nice thing to do. I love reading scriptures. I love just seeing what got you guys through your battle or your hard time. And my heart's just heavy for her today and her little girl. And my prayer is that God just reaches them and that she just feels his love in a powerful way. And I'm so grateful that I wasn't so distracted that I missed the opportunity to let her know that God loved her. And her little baby and her little girl, so beautiful, guys. And I say that all the time. I'm a sucker for little girls, but I just am. And she was just beautiful. She showed me a picture of her and just the most beautiful little eyes, and you could just tell she has the love of God in her, and it just made me smile. And it's honestly what's making me smile now, just thinking about her. And she's gonna probably be one of the most powerful girls that we see, because just when you go through something like that, you just become a strong, independent little girl, and I think she will be that. And I also want to thank you guys because we were able to bless her in some other ways that are more personal to talk about, and I won't really share that, but it was because of you guys and the channel family here, and from donating and just all that kind of stuff. So I do want to say thank you for that. And thank you in advance for your scripture and your encouraging word. Please show this mama some love. And if you're going through something, just know that we love you and we're here for you. So that's what this channel family is about. And I'm just so grateful to have you guys and to be a part of it. I'm sure my dad will be back on here sometime later, but he's been going through. So pray for him today. He's gotten, at least 10 calls today. A lot of hospital visits, a lot of appointments. So be praying for that. There's sickness going all around us, and just please keep, this mom and her little girl in your prayers. And I just want to say have a blessed day. I just wanted to pop on here, share my scripture that got me through a hard time, and encourage you guys to do the same. So I will probably be on here tomorrow, but I just love all of you and what you guys do. And I hope that you guys know we love you, and you guys blessed us. So you guys have a great rest of your day.